The Kpong landfill site was commissioned in 2012 with a capacity of receiving about 500 tons of waste a day within the Tema area. But the lack of adequate landfill sites within the Greater Accra region saw the site receiving about 3,000 tons of waste from across the region, thereby causing it to be full beyond its designed capacity. With time, the site became a nuisance and a source of inconvenience for residents of Kpong. The site in 2019 was decommissioned and awarded on contract to Zoom Lion Group of companies to re-engineer it and further convert the place into a green park. A member of the consulting engineering team undertaking the re-engineering works, Dr. Beta Date, told Citi News on the sidelines of a site visit by the Minister of Sanitation and Water Resources, Cecilia Abinadapa, that the ongoing re-engineering project will be completed by December 1, 2021, and further explained the scope of work.
There was a huge uncontrolled waste mass there, so what we did was to shape the waste mass and cut the terraces around the waste mass to allow us to be able to go on top of the waste mass, and we started what we call the process of encapsulation. So that's one of the stages where you cap it with soil material, and following the soil we would have other layers that we would cap it with, and the final thing would be vegetation that would cover it with over here. But alongside, we needed to capture the leachate, which is the water that is going through the waste. When it decomposes, it gives off some water. When rain goes through it, it also has some water coming out. So we needed to, it's called leachate. So we needed to capture and hold it so that it doesn't go into the communities. And so we are also going to treat the leachate. Apart from the leachate, we have a lot of gas in the waste mass. So the gas will also be treated to make sure it doesn't go into the atmosphere. In the end, we'll do a lot of landscaping. I mean, you heard the minister talk of trees, talk of grass, landscaping, and you heard the regional minister also talking of creating a tourist site out of the place. I think once we've cleaned it up and we've done the landscape and regrassing, it will be handed over to the appropriate authority to, make the decision as to how they want the final use it will be put to.
The Minister of Sanitation and Water Resources, Cecilia Abinadapa, who visited the site, says she was impressed by the work done so far. She further explained that government will now be using recycling and waste treatment plants in managing waste in the country and discard the usage of landfill sites.
It's a site visit to come and look at how far we've gone with the project, vis-a-vis the work being done by the contractor, the subcontractors, the consultants, and our team from the ministry. The stages that we've gone through to be where we are, I'm very pleased with the good work that the Ghanaian teams have done, and we hope that by the end of the year we will have a picture almost looking like the end product, the picture we have there. So you can see from here the leachate pond. We are going to have the wastewater drained in there to be treated, that we can use it to rear fish or use it to irrigate some land close by. So that's where we are now. But we are always encouraged to know that waste treatment plants, that's the way to go. Recycling plants, that's the way to go. Landfills take up a lot of space. You've seen that this is almost 20 acres. Look at the land, times 4, 80 plots encumbered by waste. Like I said, we make waste and we should send the waste to the proper place.
The Greater Accra Regional Minister, Henry Korte, who was part of the entourage, pleaded with the Minister for Sanitation to replicate the reclaiming of landfill sites across the country and not limit the exercise to Kpong alone.
If you look at the pictures behind me, you would appreciate the hard work, the effort, and the sacrifices that have been put in this for us to get to where we are today. I was telling the minister we are going to have Las Vegas in Kpong. It's a very nice tourist attraction. And let us commend the minister, the ministry, and all who together are on the course to make this a success. As the universities will say, we will rather appeal to the minister to replicate same across all the landfill sites, probably in Accra. This is a good work, and we will rather appeal to the waste management company to expedite work.